You just mentioned Morey and the Sixers. What's his plan for Harden, and then the Nets with Kyrie and Simmons sitting out there, and what their future with Durant looks like, please?
Well, with Philly, I mean, I don't know how you could sign James Harden to a long-term extension anywhere close to the max he's eligible for, given where his game is right now. And I've been saying this since February. Daryl Morey got his guy in the end, and he made a lot of people who do what I do look stupid, because so many of us were saying, you're not going to be able to trade Ben Simmons. There's not a market for Ben Simmons. We haven't seen this guy play for months. Okay, well, he did pull off the Ben Simmons trade, and he handled that whole thing. It was really a GM clinic. But the issue is, he got his guy. Did he want the wrong guy? And by all indications, it looks like he did. There was some sentiment within the Sixers organization that they should be trying to get a player like Bradley Beal, who, as a shooter, I think you could argue is a better complementary fit next to Joel Embiid than, the state of Harden's game. There's this, a lot of basketball people would tell you that James Harden really needs a rim rolling center the way he plays now, where he is such, he's more of a playmaker than he is an outright elite scorer. And that's not Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, he needs the ball in his hands too, and he's not a rim rolling, finish alley-oops at the rim center. That's not his game. So, there were questions about the fit as soon as Harden got there, but then the performance level from Harden is such that, I don't know what Philly's going to do, because I don't see any trade market for Harden coming off the playoffs that he just had. They're going to have to try to convince him to sign an extension at a number that doesn't rob them of long-term flexibility. But, I mean, Philly's got roster challenges that are almost as steep as the Lakers in terms of how to make that team better in an East that, at least at the top, is much more competitive than it's been. I mean, there is a lot of firepower now at the top of the East. And then the Nets, they're going to do what with Kyrie long term? I think you have to bring him back. I mean, it's not clear at this point if Kyrie Irving is going to be back. There's been enough kind of hesitancy that's emanated from the Nets to make people around the league wonder, like, are they really not going to bring him back? But again, Kyrie Irving hasn't played enough to justify a multi-year max deal. So I totally understand the sentiment of try to find a deal that, still max level dollars, but maybe isn't as long-term as Kyrie would like. I mean, he just hasn't been in the lineup enough to justify that. But my instinct is that I would expect him to be back. And then, the Simmons question, I mean, we haven't seen this guy play. We're coming up on a full calendar year. We have not seen this guy play. And so theoretically, he should help them tremendously with his defensive skills, his playmaking skills. He should be a perfect fit alongside scorers of the Durant, Kyrie Irving level. But, how ready is he going to be to play basketball in the fall? I wish I was that smart to be able to tell you.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.